Welcome, my dear students, to the science session. Today, inshallah, we're going to talk about the fourth lesson in this chapter, which is called Managing System. And I'll start with a question about it. The question says, what are the, let me see if I still have it or not. No, it's here. What are the basic function of circulatory systems? This is the question. What are the basic functions? There is S here, basic functions of circulatory system, guys. What are the basic functions of circulatory system? Why not written here? Move nutrients, yes. Deliver nutrients to the cells. What else? All of you guys participate here. Write your answers here. Here. What are the basic functions of circulatory system? And I put S. What are the basic functions of the circulatory system? Deliver nutrients to the cells. What else, guys? Around, move the blood around the body. And by moving the blood, do what? It does what? Moving nutrients, deliver water, yes, deliver deliver oxygen and the nutrients to the cells, and take away for what? Take away what from the cells?
Wastes. We take away wastes.
Yes, take away wastes and carbon dioxide. Take away wastes and the carbon dioxide. Yes, take away carbon dioxide.
They also help to fight. They also help fight diseases and like protect the body.
Bravo, excellent. Help us to fight diseases and protect us. Take away carbon dioxide and this. That's very good. So this is the main function. It's transporting system. Beside it fight diseases, beside it regulates the body's temperature. So this is the main function of what? Of the circulatory system. We will go right now for the video about the new lesson. The new lesson, lesson 4 in this chapter is called Managing Materials. Managing Materials. Let's watch a video about it, about circulatory system. Managing here means transporting materials to the cells and out of the cell. This is managing a material.
Picture a warehouse for a busy online store. Picture a warehouse for a busy online store. So many packages going to so many different places. Did you know that the conveyor belts rushing by in every direction are like the blood vessels in your body? Instead of products and packages, blood vessels carry the things that your body needs and the things it doesn't need.
So the circulatory system carry the materials that your body need and that your body does not need. He carry nutrients and oxygen, deliver it to cells, and take away wastes and the carbon dioxide.
Every organ, tissue, and cell in the body receives and uses products like oxygen and nutrients every day. They also produce waste products like carbon dioxide and ammonia.
So it needs oxygen and nutrients and will get rid of carbon dioxide and ammonia, which is waste materials in the cells.
Now, think of the oxygen, nutrients, and waste as packages that need to be picked up and delivered. Your pancreas can't go out and get what it needs. It's stuck right where it is. So, what does it do? Delivery. Let's look at oxygen and carbon dioxide. Molecules of oxygen in the air enter the lungs when we take a breath.
So what's this structure? Anybody knows what is the name of this structure, guys? This is in the lungs. What's the name of this one? The air enters here. And this is blood vessels.
Alveoli.
Yes, alveoli. Alveoli or alveoli. Alveoli is a sac surrounded by blood vessels or capillaries, and air enters here from the lungs, and the exchange of gases takes place between blood and air inside the alveoli. Okay, guys? So there is where the gas exchange occurs. The red one is called oxygenated blood. It's rich in oxygen. It takes in oxygen. And the blue one is rich in carbon dioxide. So the blood rich in carbon dioxide will give carbon dioxide to the inside of alveoli, and this blood, which is red, will take oxygen, or after taking oxygen, the blood turns red. Before getting rid of carbon dioxide or exhaling carbon dioxide, the blood looks blue as you see right now. So this blue blood, we call it deoxygenated blood, which is rich in carbon dioxide. And the red one, we call it oxygenated blood, which is rich in oxygen. And the exchange process of gases, the process of gas exchange occurs in the alveoli, which exists inside the lungs.
The lungs absorb the oxygen through structures called alveoli. Packages of oxygen are carried in.
So, before the blood reaches the cells or reach to the lungs, it must be distributed by the center of that, which is the heart. The heart is the center of the circulatory system, the hub of the city, the main warehouse of the city. Okay, so it pumps blood everywhere in your body. The deoxygenated blood, which is rich in carbon dioxide, moves from the right ventricle here, right atrium to right ventricle, and then this is atrium and this ventricle, then to the lungs. This blue one is called deoxygenated blood. It's rich in carbon dioxide. It will be distributed to the lungs, so carbon dioxide will be eliminated through the lungs. So if we talk about heart a little bit, heart consists of 4 chambers. 1, 2, 3, 4. This red one to the left, this one, we'll take it later. It's the left side of the heart. This is the left side. It's beside your left hand. If you raise your left hand, this one will be beside it right now. Raise your left hand. This side of the heart will be nearer to your left hand. So we call it the left side of the heart. So this is called ventricle and this is atrium. Left ventricle, left atrium. And this is right. This is the right side of the heart. This is right atrium and right ventricle. So the heart has 4 chambers, 4 rooms. Number 1, left ventricle. Number 2, right ventricle, left atrium, and here right ventricle, right atrium. So the red part is called left. This one is called right. Ventricle, ventricle, atrium, atrium. So we have 2 atria. The plural of atrium is atria, and 2 ventricles. 2 atriums, 2 atria, and 2 ventricles. Left ventricle, right ventricle. Left atrium, right atrium. These are the chambers of the heart. And this is called the center of the circulatory system, the hub of the city, the main warehouse. It pumps blood everywhere in your body. It pumps blood to everywhere in your body.
An oxygen-rich blood from the lungs to the left atrium of the heart. The heart is like the warehouse, the center of the operation. It must distribute all the oxygen to every part of the body. The arteries, veins, and capillaries of the circulatory system.
So the heart is connected to arteries, veins, and the capillaries of circulatory system. This is called blood vessels. The tiniest blood vessel where the exchange happens, the real exchange occur, is called capillaries. Capillaries is the tiniest blood vessel. Where the exchange between cells and the blood vessels will occur, we call it capillaries or capillaries.
Act like highways, streets, and roads. From the left ventricle of the heart, oxygen-rich blood is pumped out with every heartbeat. The blood rushes into large arteries like superhighways. From there, smaller and smaller roads and paths branch off. The smallest of these paths are the capillary.
Capillary, this is the smallest. This is where the exchange happens. If you notice here, the blood is red, which means it's oxygenated, it's rich in oxygen. Then it will exchange oxygen with cells. It will deliver oxygen to the cells, and it take carbon dioxide. That's why it turns into blue, as you see. So it will turn from oxygenated to deoxygenated because it delivers oxygen and it takes away carbon dioxide.
And that's where gas exchange for each organ takes place. This is where the packages of oxygen are received by the cells. But it doesn't stop there. Outgoing packages of the waste product, carbon dioxide, are ready to be returned to the lungs to be exhaled. As oxygen leaves the bloodstream through the...
That's what happened in the alveoli, the one that we see in the first of the video, in the beginning of the video. This is alveoli, and this is blood capillary around the alveoli. The blue one is rich in carbon dioxide, deoxygenated blood. It will give away carbon dioxide. As you see, carbon dioxide enters alveoli to be exhaled, and oxygen enters from outside, from the air, to the alveoli, then to the blood. Then the blood will be oxygenated. That's why it turns into red. That is the process of exchanging gas, where it happens in the alveoli or in the lungs.
The thin capillary walls and enters the cells. Carbon dioxide enters the bloodstream through the capillaries and is carried through the veins back to the heart and lungs and the deoxygenated blood. Energy and nutrients are transported to cells by the bloodstream in the same manner. And waste products such as ammonia are carried to the kidneys and liver for processing and removal.
So the waste material for like ammonia and other waste material will be delivered to kidneys and liver for removal, to be eliminated from the body. So the main function of the circulatory system is transporting. It's a delivery system that deliver oxygen and the carbon dioxide and take away wastes from the body. I'll ask 2 questions or 3 questions about this video here on the chat area. Let me start asking the first question. What is the main function of the heart? What main function of the heart? What is the main function of the heart, guys? Type in the chat area, what is the main function of the heart? Guys, do you hear me? Answer that. Anybody answer? Pumps the blood. Yes. Who else can answer?
It moves the red blood cells and just pretty much moves your body in general.
It exchanges oxygen with the carbon dioxide. No, this is not the function. I mean, through the body, it makes blood. It not makes blood. Doesn't make any blood. It only pumps blood. We call it, think of it as the center of the circulatory system. It's warehouse, the central warehouse. Move the blood, pump the blood. Yes.
It pumps the blood to other organs.
Yes.
Like lungs, for instance, or really just.
You to type that, huh? Type it, guys. The second question: what is the main function of alveoli? What is the main function of alveoli? Blood, what is this? What is the main function of alveoli? Not blood. Exchange O2 with carbon dioxide. We could say not exchange carbon dioxide. We could say it's the place where gas exchange occurs, for example. Okay, so this is like not the best one. It's the place where gas exchanges occurs, for example. This is one example. Another question says, what is the tiniest blood vessel called? Our blood vessel. What is the tiniest blood vessel? Capillary. Yes, very good. This is capillary. This is the tiniest blood vessel. Capillary. Yes, very good. So the circulatory system consists of blood vessels like arteries, veins, capillaries, and the heart. Okay, that's good. Capillary. So that's enough for now. Let's go for another activity. We do it here right now. And علي متعب القناص here. علي متعب. علي القناص.
Yes, mister.
Okay, Ali, I want you to read this slide. Read it.
I have a delay still, I can't see it.
You will see it right now.
You may not think about city streets a lot. However, they are very important to the people living in the city and how they conduct their daily lives. Why are city streets so vital to the functioning of a city as well as the people living within it?
Yes. So can you answer this question? We're asking about the streets in the city. Why they are so vital? Why are city streets so vital to the functioning of a city?
Sir, what does vital mean?
Important. So important.
Because if they didn't have streets, their cars may go down because they will have to ride on sand or grass. This might break down
Let me ask you a question. If there is no streets, are you able to go to work?
No.
If there is no streets, are you able to go to school?
No.
Are you able to get food?
No.
Are you able to get rid of wastes, the rubbish in your house? Are you able to get rid of it? To remove it from your house?
No.
So we can't live without streets because it's the pathways. It's the transporting system where people can depend on it, can rely on it to conduct their daily life activities. Okay? So the main thing that I'm talking about here is that systems, transporting system or streets, like the blood vessels in your body. Without streets, you can't survive because you can't transport. You can't get food. You can't get important materials for the house, and you can't get rid of wastes inside your house. You can't get rich to work. You can't go to school, and so on. So the same thing applies for the blood vessels in your body. Why are city streets so vital to function of a city? Because it's the main transporting system. Can't move, and goods can't be transported without the streets as well within it. People can't go to work, can't bring their necessary needs for life, like food and water and anything that needed, without streets. And they also can't get rid of waste inside their houses, rubbish inside their houses. They can't get rid of it without streets. They can't reach hospitals. They can't reach to schools and so on. So here it's so vital. Streets are so vital for the city and also for the people living in the city. The same applies for the blood vessels or circulatory system. You can't survive without your circulatory system or transporting system in your body. Thank you, Ali. Khalid Isa. خالد معين البشري. نستك معين.
مستر
Yes.
هي خالد العيسى.
الحمد لله على السلامة. Where have you been?
ما أدري المايك ما قام يفتح شوي بعدين فتح الحين.
Okay, read this slide, Khalid.
Okay. There are about 37.2 trillion cells in an adult body. All of them need a continuous delivery and pick up of materials to stay alive. That is quite the task, but the circulatory system meets the challenge with some help from the body systems.
Watch
the animation to discover how the circulatory system does its job to keep your cell alive. Find out which system interacts with the circulatory system to make sure your cells get everything they need.
So anybody can answer this, guys, before we start the video. Which system interact with the circulatory system to make sure your cells get everything they need? Who can answer this question? What other system interact with the circulatory system? Anybody knows? For example, respiratory system. It helps the circulatory system to get rid of carbon dioxide and take in oxygen. Other one, digestive system. Other one, excretory system, like liver, kidneys. They help the body with the circulatory system to get rid of waste and so on. So all of this, without nervous system, we can't do the job. So all of these systems work together to help the circulatory system in its process, in its job or main function, which is moving materials through the body or managing materials through the body. Let's listen to this video about it. Let me reshare again so I can refresh the audio.
The circulatory system is like a network of roads within your body. Think of your body like a map. Consider the heart as the central hub of a city. The arteries of the circulatory system.
So this is heart. The red one is called arteries. The blue one is called veins. Arteries carry blood from heart to each cell in the body. It starts in the heart and ends up at cells. But veins is the opposite direction, from cells to the blood, to the heart. That's why it's blue, because it carries a lot of carbon dioxide. It's deoxygenated. So veins start from cells, take waste and the carbon dioxide, and take it to the blood, so the blood can be distributed to eliminate waste materials. And arteries, blood vessels, start in the heart and move the blood to each part of your body, to each cell in your body. This is the difference between arteries and veins. Arteries carry blood from the heart to each part of the body, to each cell in the body. Veins is the opposite, carry the blood from the cells to the heart. This one is called abdominal aorta. Let's see it.
Are like the highways where blood can travel from the heart to other parts of the city and towns that are further away. The heart pumps oxygenated blood out of the heart through large arteries. The large artery that takes blood to the lower half of the body is called the abdominal aorta.
So this one is called abdominal aorta. This one. Let me show it to you. That's it. It's called abdominal aorta. That's it. That's called abdominal aorta, or the main artery that carry the blood from the heart to the lower part of your body.
That are further away. The heart pumps oxygenated blood out of the heart through large arteries. The large artery that takes blood to the lower half of the body is called the abdominal aorta. If the blood is destined for the stomach, it will take an exit from the abdominal aorta and travel through the celiac.
So the abdominal aorta is a highway, and this is a sideway or something called celiac trunk, a part or a branch or a blood vessel that emerges from what? From the abdominal aorta that will carry blood to the stomach, for example. It's called celiac trunk. It's a branch of the main artery. It's a branch of the main artery.
Celiac trunk. The celiac trunk is like a busy road off of the highway. The blood must then take another exit to the splenic artery, which brings it to the spleen, pancreas, and stomach.
Splenic artery carry the oxygen or carry the blood to the kidney, the stomach, and the spleen too.
These smaller arteries are like country roads that take.
So you have the main road, the main artery, like abdominal aorta. Then it will be branched into small branches until it will reach the blood or deliver the blood to each organ in your body and then to each cell in your body.
Take you to your final destination. At this destination, the capillary exchanges.
The tiniest part, we call it capillary. The tiniest part of the blood vessel, this one, is called capillary or capillary. Capillary will exchange the thing that it has, oxygen and nutrients, will deliver it to the cells. These are cells. Cells will deliver carbon dioxide and waste to another capillary here that will carry it through veins. So this is the end of what? This is the end of the arteries, and then from here it will start what? It will start the veins. So arteries end at exchanging or delivering oxygen and nutrients, and veins start. This is veins. We'll start from here. Veins starts by taking what? Carbon dioxide and waste.
Fluid with the surrounding cells.
If you see this one is red and this is blue, because this is oxygenated and this one is rich in carbon dioxide. Again, this is the capillary. Inside it, it's the same. Artery and veins are connected, as you see, the same branch. Artery deliver what? This is the capillary where it delivers oxygen and nutrients and take carbon dioxide here. When it takes carbon dioxide, it turns into blue. As you see this color and difference here, this is much red and this is much blue because it starts to take carbon dioxide here. It becomes deoxygenated.
To provide essential blood and nutrients to the tissue. The deoxygenated blood can then return to the heart through the system of veins to get reoxygenated, and the cycle continues.
So that was the first one where I just exited. Talk about this one. We'll talk about this video. Your body contains 37.2 trillion cells. Imagine that you will need to deliver oxygen and food for each one of these cells. Remember that the number of people on Earth, 3 or 7 billion. Your blood cells is much larger than the number of people on Earth. And you need to deliver food, oxygen, and take carbon dioxide and waste out of the cell. It's a massive and a huge task. We have a question here. Mute your mic. Man al-Bishri. Answer this question, man. Mute your mic. Man.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, man. I want you to answer this question when it appears here.
Which one?
Wait. I will share with you. Okay. This question, read it, man.
Compare your circulatory system to a busy street in a city or town. Discuss the types of deliveries and pickups made by the circulatory system and what other parts of the body help make this possible.
Yes. So discuss types of deliveries and pickups made by the circulatory system. Can you answer this question, man? Types of deliveries. What are the materials that your body delivers to the cells?
And red blood cells.
No, it delivers not blood cells. It delivers what? It delivers oxygen and nutrients to the cell.
Yes. I was about to complete, like, red blood cells that carry oxygen and yes. And
So the blood carry nutrients and oxygen to the cells. And how it works? How this process occurs?
from
Starting with heart. Start with heart. What happens
yes.
exactly? Start with heart.
The heart, what is it? Plump?
Yes, the process,
Yes.
the whole process of delivering starts with heart pumping blood through
Pumping.
the large blood vessels called arteries. The arteries then branches into small branches until it reaches each organ and then each cell. The tiniest part of the blood vessel is called capillaries or capillaries. Capillaries, there in which the exchange occurs between what? Between the blood vessel and the cell. They will deliver oxygen and nutrients and take away carbon dioxide and wastes away from the cells. So the exchange process occurs between capillaries and cells. This is the tiniest part of the blood vessel. And then the capillaries will gather up until they form a large vein that will go back to the heart and so on. And this process continues. So this is similar to the streets in your city. It's transporting system. Blood vessels, we can think of it as transporting system in our city. Large street like large arteries and veins, small streets or country streets, it's like, or country roads, it's like the blood capillaries and small blood vessels or tiny blood vessels. That's how you can make comparison between both of them. Okay, man?
Okay.
Thank you, man. Right now, guys, I'll give you a quiz about this one. You'll find a lot of information. You may find some information you didn't see it before. So try to do this quiz. Okay, let me close this totally and open a new one. It takes a while. Lesson 4, managing materials. Start lab quiz. Classic. The link. I will call the name for absence, guys, so answer me for your absence. Start from the beginning. Abdulaziz Badr. Abdulaziz Badr الناصر.
موجود.
طيب عبد الله خالد سعد الحسيني. عبد الله الحسيني.
موجود.
أحمد عبد الرزاق.
موجود.
أحمد علي العتيبي.
يس مستر.
داوود. داوود. فيصل.
Yes.
إبراهيم ربيعة.
Yes.
سهير. محمد سالم العبود. محمد عبد الله سالم.
Yes, Mr.
محمد ياسر.
Yes, Mr.
محمد سعد. محمد سعد.
موجود.
سعد زيرو. اوكي. سلمان.
موجود.
تميم النشمي.
Yes.
تركي الدحيلان. تركي.
Yes, Mr.
عبد الله ناصر. عبد الله ستوكن.
Turkey.
مستر رام عبد الله.
اوكي. ليث.
Yeah, I'm here.
طيب عبد الرحمن عبد الله الملحم. عبد الرحمن الملحم.
هنا يا أستاذ.
اوكي. داوود is here. The only one is absent is Dawood. Okay, Dawood is not here.